Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Welcome to Shout It Tea Tuesdays. I'm so happy that you are here with us today. We do have a special guest with us, Miss Candace. How are you?
I'm great.
Hello. Oh, I was about to say, oh no, I couldn't hear her, but I hear you now. Sorry.
Good.
We were just experiencing some technical issues earlier before we started. So I was like, please don't do this while we're live. Don't do it. Don't do it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. You are with Pet Pantry. Wait, Pet
Mhm.
Food Pantry.
The food pantry. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's almost a tongue twister, almost a
Right.
little
It's real
bit.
close.
That's real close. That's true. That's true. Well, welcome.
Having
Welcome to
me.
Share the Tea. Yes. Are you having a pretty good September so far
It
with the weather
started
and
off
everything?
with a bang. I can't believe it's already September.
Yes. Yes. Pretty soon we'll be singing chestnuts roasting on an open fire. So go by really fast.
Yeah.
I just have that feeling because today I was like, dang, today went by really, really fast, and I wasn't expecting it to go that fast, but it happens. It happens. So tell us about your organization. What's the mission and where you guys are located?
Yeah. So Pet Food Pantry, we are a small nonprofit. And when I say small, I mean there's a staff of two. Um, we have about 170 volunteers. We are,
Wow, that's good.
I know. We were established back in 2010. So we're like the not well known, we were like a best kept secret that shouldn't be a secret.
Right.
So what we do is we provide free pet food and supplies to low income seniors, veterans, disabled, homeless, and domestic violence shelters. The unique thing about us is that we actually deliver it to their homes. So once a month, we have the same drivers deliver to these clients. And that way there's rapport that's built and we can see what other areas that they need assistance in. So that might be their cabinets are empty. They need human food. They don't have utilities. They have overgrown trees. They need trimmed back. It gives us an opportunity to see
Oh,
these unique areas that we wouldn't know if we just have them come pick up the food from us. By taking it to them, we can see other opportunities that we don't do, but we can connect them with other resources. So it's almost
I like it.
like a social worker. So,
Hmm.
and yeah, a lot of our clients, their pets are the only companion they have. They're low income, so they choose between feeding themselves, feeding their pets, um, their utilities, their medicine, whatever circumstances are, they make that hard choice between how am I spending my money this month. And as we all know, pet food is expensive. Um, so yeah, we take that burden off them so they can take care of their needs.
Right, right. So 20, you said 2010?
2010, that's right.
2010. Okay. And it's two people that runs the nonprofit, but you have a host of volunteers, and I love that. So what exactly do the volunteers do? What
Yeah.
type of
So the volunteers are delivering the food. They are going picking up. We've drop off sites throughout the metro that just consumers can go drop off a bag of food or whatever. So we have volunteers that just donation sites and pick that up and bring it to our warehouse. We've got volunteers that help with repacking the food and deliveries. And that service area from Edmond Downer. So we cover a wide area of the state. We also, a couple times in a week, go out into the community and give food out to anybody in need. The thing there is you have to come and get it from us. We don't have the manpower to take it to you. Um, So our volunteers will help do that too. They'll come to distribute it to people. Um, yeah, and then
Okay.
fundraising. We're always have some kind of event going on that we need help with.
Right. Definitely. Definitely. Okay. Well, that makes sense because when you said 120 volunteers, I was like, "Whoa, that's a lot." But I can see you would definitely
Yeah,
need
yeah,
that many plus more the wider range that you're going to cover for the metro. So from Edmond to Moore, and the more volunteers you have, then the further you can provide that service. So I think
right.
that's awesome. What I know there's some changes with this year, with funding and all of that. Is any of those types of major changes affecting how your nonprofit is running and the service that you're providing for others?
Yeah, so we have experienced, like many others, a cutback in funds. And earlier this year, we were looking at we had enough funds to get us through June. Well, we passed that point now. Now we're looking at we have barely enough to scrape by at the end of this year. So right now we're thinking about what does that look like? Like what are we have 140 something home deliveries that we do. So those people
Mhm.
rely on us. And so what do we do? When do we, how do we transition this? How do we extend our services? We're trying to brainstorm on, does that mean we cut back, and what areas can we cut back in so we can extend our services? Um, yeah.
Right. So you mentioned earlier about fundraising opportunities. What type of fundraisers have? What do you have? Some that's coming up, or that you've done earlier this year, or an annual event that you use to sponsor your nonprofit?
We don't have an annual event, but we did, gosh, just a couple weeks ago, we had a benefit concert. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Okay.
Coming up, we are the beneficiary for a car show for Corvette car show down in Norman at Landers.
No.
That'll be fun. Um,
Okay.
we've got we've got little fundraisers here and there. So, gosh, I want to say we have a restaurant one coming up here in a couple weeks. Yeah, just little ones coming sprinkling in.
Okay. Well, that's good, and every little bit helps.
Oh,
It definitely does
absolutely.
help. And of course, I'm quite sure you take donations, right? Like if somebody wants to donate to the cause, they can donate. And is are there different ways of donations that you prefer?
Yeah. So of course, we can take check. We also have Venmo, PayPal. We can do credit cards through our website. We also, if people want to, we've got online stores, stuff like that. Like you can go and buy a pet
Oh, okay.
food shirt, and to help, and then it helps us as well. So yeah, there's
Okay.
a multitude of options. And then also, like I said, donation drop off sites. So like if you have a pet that you bought this food, they don't love it, you could give it to us and we'll turn around and give it to people in need.
Okay. Okay. So there's not a preference on like how you want the donations, just anything would be able to be able to help.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So now I have a question because I have a little dog. He's only five
Uh,
and a half pounds. So
he's
and his
little.
name is Romeo. Yes, he's a toy poodle. So for Romeo, we have to give him the little chewy bites, the small bites, instead of
Yep.
the traditional dog food because he can't necessarily chew all that. Um, and so I was just wondering, when we get a big bag of dog food, does it help that do we need to break that down when we're passing that along to your dog food pantry? Do we need to put it in a smaller bag, or do you just prefer if we just give it to you guys and then you handle it how you want to?
Yeah, just give
I
it to
just kind of
us
want.
how it is. Yeah,
Okay.
because like
You
you
said don't
mentioned,
even.
Romeo needs. Yeah, Romeo needs that specialty food. Well, not all my clients do. So
Mhm.
if it is a client that my dog, then we try to meet their preferences. If you give me that food as is, then I can determine the best use for it. Whereas if you break it down already, I might have to put it in larger bags so that I'm going to have to handle it more than you just giving me the product as you have it.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I do want to talk about Oliver. Now I noticed on your
Okay,
social media because today is Tuesday. Hint hint. No, and so
$2
there's
Tuesday,
a
baby.
you have right a $2 Tuesday. So tell me about the $2. I love that. How does that work?
Yeah, so we were trying to spitball like how do we get more funds, and a lot of our the people who receive help from us, they wanted a way to give back to the community as well. And so that's where this $2 Tuesday came in is $2. Okay, a lot of people can tap into $2. And it goes so
Hmm.
far for us. Um so I mean $10 is going to feed a small dog like Romeo for a month for our program. So that's 5 people given $2. It can make such a big impact. So Oliver's actually he is my warehouse manager's cat, his personal cat, but he lives on site. We call him our chief of happiness.
Oh,
He plays a huge role in our organization, um, but he became kind of the mascot. Like people, they love Oliver, and so we just decided to tap into that and let's give $2 to help Oliver help his friends.
okay. I like that. I like that. And well, I must admit, Oliver is very photogenic.
He's a
So it
handsome guy.
always looks like he's smiling, right? Just smiling and ready for the challenge as well. So I like that. So is this a um monthly, not monthly, a weekly event that you're doing? So $2 every Tuesday,
Yep.
and just kind of keep it going for people that want to. So is there a link that they click if they're on social media, or do they go to your website to give the $2?
For the $2 Tuesdays, we've had best results using Venmo. I think it's because people are scrolling on their phones and see it, so they can just link straight to our Venmo, or they could go through our website and make that donation. But Venmo seems to be like the popular one with our $2 Tuesdays.
Right. Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna have to make sure I make a donation on behalf of Romeo. He got to take care of his little friends
Thank
here.
you.
So when we're speaking, you're welcome. So when we're speaking of Pet Food Pantry, um, is this any pet? Because everyone doesn't have a dog or a cat. So I just kind of want to cover that in case other people have other kind of pets. So are there other pets that you service or give food for?
So our bread and butter is dog and cats. We do get
Mhm.
in other pet food. So like right now, I've got rabbit and guinea pig, and um, gosh, we get horse feed
Okay.
sometimes. We get random animal feed in. So when I do get that
Okay.
in,
Okay.
either go if we have a client who they have that specific type of animal, we'll definitely give it to them. If not, I share that with rescues.
Okay. I like that. You said there is no wasting over here. I like you said you're gonna find a way for it to go to someone.
1000%. Everything that comes in
And
our doors will go somewhere that could be used.
okay. No, let's backtrack just a little bit before we go a little bit further into your organization. So what made you start um, this nonprofit back in 2010 or 29? I mean
2010.
29, 2009.
Yeah.
What made you want to start it?
So I'm not the founder, but the founder, she started it because of seeing the need within the senior population and the homeless population of people having their pet, and not being able to having to make those difficult choices. So that's kind of the history on how it was founded. 2016, I started as a volunteer and quickly fell in love with the
Okay.
mission, what was happening. And so I joined the board. And when I joined the board, I said, we're going to be as big as a regional food bank. And I'm still striving for that. We're not there yet. But I also made the comment of one day I'm going to run this place. And the founder asked me,
Wow.
she said, when you say that, do you mean as the board president or as executive director? And I said, oh, board president. Oh, I don't want to be executive director. And then 2019, I said, okay, I'll do it. So yeah, it's been an adventure. And then let me tell you the story. So 2019, I take over. And then as we all know, 2020 comes around and COVID hits. Like the world shuts down.
Right.
So I was talking with I'm gonna get this acronym wrong, the ASPCA out of Florida. So I'm talking to them, and they said, "What are you guys going to do? Are you guys shutting down?" And I said, "No, this is the time people really need us. They're isolated at home and with their pets." And I said, "We've got to do more." And so, like, I spoke it out to the universe,
Mhm.
and then the place that we were getting our food at that time notified us they're not getting food in. So I just spoke it out to the universe that we're going to help more people, but now we don't have product. So
Right. Wow.
somehow I got on the radar with Department of Agriculture, and they here in Oklahoma, and they were getting food in, and they didn't know how to get it to the people. And so I said, hey, I've got the facility space. I'll take it and I'll get it to the people. So in 2020, we serviced the whole state. We brought it to your house for the whole state. Yeah, it was
Wow.
wild. And I mean, we tried to get a turnaround within 24 hours. So if you notified me and said, hey, I don't have dog food, I tried to get it to you that next day. And somehow we did it.
That's really good.
Yeah. And then people had to go back
Well,
to
that's good.
offices and, I had to scale back. But yeah, it was an adventure.
Well, that is a wonderful adventure, even though I know it was stressful at times because when the world stopped, the world paused, it's like, what are we gonna do? We have to change everything. And I feel like we're still trying to get back into the swing of not being so isolated at home and getting out into the community more. So kudos to you. And listen, I know a lot of people don't believe this, and it's your choice of what you decide to believe. However, speaking things into the universe is or manifesting or however word you want to use is amazing because you started off as a volunteer, falling in love, and then look at you now.
Right.
So I love that. I love that. I love that. I want to talk about a touchy subject because I know it's a little uncomfortable for certain people sometimes, and that's our unhoused population with the homeless population. So and there are times that we see
Mhm.
individuals with their dogs or their pets, and they may not have the funds or the means to continue to provide for the dog. How would that work with your program since you don't have a place to deliver it to, like an address? How do you reach those members that may need some dog food but not able to place an order, I should say?
Right. So there have been some circumstances that we know where they're staying, and we are able to take it to them. I took my mom once with me to go drop off some food at a tent, and it made her super uncomfortable. She's probably listening and is like, "Oh, don't tell that story." But yeah, I pulled up and I'm like, "Hey, you stay in the truck. I'm gonna run out here and drop this off at this tent." And a couple of times we have done that, and but typically that population moves frequently, so it's hard to stay up
Right.
with where are they now. So what we do is we actually go out and like they know where we're going to be. We go to the same parking lot, and we actually go out with human food as well. So that way they can get a hot meal and then they can get our dog food. Um, Twice a month we go do that. They
Okay.
know to come to us and get it. And then we also help with homeless organizations. So there's several organizations that go out to the campsites or they do like we do and they have a central location that they set up. And so that's how we service those people.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I knew there was a way that you were able to do that. I just wasn't for sure. And there was a message on or a post on Facebook. I can't remember which group it was in, but that individual was asking for dog food, and they just recently lost their home and was homeless, and they were looking for some type of resource that can help them to feed their dog. And so I thought of your organization. I just said, well, hey, get in contact with them. I don't know exactly how that would work with you getting to the pantry or something, but call them and then they'll tell you what you can do from there. So I'm happy to know that even regardless of your situation, you're still able to give that service, which is a wonderful deal. So and I like that you are providing a service to the seniors. That's those individuals are a cherish to my hearts because they're often forgotten about. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you get a little older, nobody wants to come around and visit. They don't want to hang out anymore, and then it's kind of like you're just by yourself. So all you have is you and your pet. Um, and sometimes, that can be a little lonesome. That definitely can. So with the seniors, do how does that necessarily work? Do they have to be in a independent living environment, or one of those um not nursing homes, that's not the term I'm looking for, but um ah,
Like a living assistant.
like yes, yes, or like a senior housing, where they have the senior housing buildings where um like Andrew Squares, sorry. I'm drawing a blank on my words. Sorry about that. But Andrew Squares, if you have someone that's a senior and they're on a fixed income, are they able to benefit from your service if one day or one month they're having difficulties getting some food for their pet? Uh-oh, did she freeze? Oh no, there she is. Uh-oh, can you hear me?
With our
Oh, there
service, you don't. You don't. Okay, I can hear you.
okay, there you go. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Sorry, it was yes, I can hear you. It was a delay on my side this time. It's playing with us today. But go ahead, continue your statement. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why it's doing that.
Is
It's
with
too it,
our senior population,
is it,
they're individual
okay.
same page.
Right. And and the
Um,
and the reason that I was
they could be in a home.
okay. So it doesn't matter which home. I like that. Oh, I'm using the wrong mouse. Sorry. I like that. It doesn't matter which home. It doesn't matter which home that they're in. That they can still be able to get the service and a resource. So on your website. Well, before I talk about your website, what is your website so people can go there and explore as well? What's your website? Oh,
V, I didn't
did
hear
she
your
freeze?
question.
Now you're frozen. Oh, there you go. Okay. No, I said what's your website? I was going to talk about the resources that are on your website, but I was saying before we get into that, what is your website so people can know where to go? Wait, did she hear me that time? Oh my gosh. This is
No, I
Oh
heard
Lord.
on my website.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was saying, what is your website? Wait, let me do it this way. Here we go. I was saying, what is your website? And where can people find you?
There's
No,
also
no. Oh, that did help. Okay.
our, our list of our donation sites. There is
Okay. Nice. So I know that there's two different options here. So we have temporary, and then we also have ongoing. How do you determine if a person needs temporary or ongoing, or is that just based on their income needs? Oh, Candace, now you're frozen. Oh, there she is. I don't know what's going on today. this this podcast is a little maybe a little spacey, but hang in here with us if you're listening to the replay or even on live there. But yes, I was saying, what is the difference between the temporary food assistance and the ongoing? Is that depending on which one you need? Is that based upon your service need, or is that something that you guys make a determination on your own? Uh-oh, Candace, I think I lost you because now she's frozen. Oh Lord. Okay. Well, Candace, if I did lose you, because now you're not moving at all. So Candace, if I did, yeah, I did lose her. So Candace, just come back. If you can still hear me. But just come back and click the link, and then we'll continue to have this conversation. I think she'll come back. And yep, there she is. All right, Candace, you there?
I don't know what's happening.
I know our internet doesn't want us to be great. That's what it is. So I was talking about the temporary and the ongoing food assistance. Like, who makes a determination of which program would be suitable for the patient or the client?
Yeah. So it depends on like if you're over 63, a US veteran, or fully disabled, then we can put you on a long term. There's an application to apply for it, and your pets have to be spayed and neutered. If you don't fall under those categories, then that's where that option to come pick up food from us comes into play. Because we still want to help you. We need you to, like, we want to help you temporarily. We want to help you until your next paycheck or until you get over this hump, whatever it may be. Whereas the people who meet our qualifications will feed their pets for the life pet. So, like, if the owner becomes unable to continue feeding their pet, the new owner, we will offer to continue feeding the pet for them if needed. So it's all about that.
Okay.
Like,
I see.
what category do you fall under?
No, into right. I like that. And that makes and that makes sense. I think there was another question that I was going to ask, and now it's okay. When you say senior, what age does that start? Because sometimes people in our late 40s can be considered a senior. I'm
Yeah.
just joking.
So
But what age?
for our seniors, we consider
What
63.
age? 63. Okay. Okay. Perfect. And you had mentioned about your website earlier, and where to go. There are some you had mentioned earlier about the spayed or neutered. So in order to receive the food, do the dogs have to, I mean, not the dogs, the pets have to already be spaded or neutered
No,
in
there's no
order to
requirements. If
receive your
you want
food?
to
Do they
come
have
pick up from us,
house?
yeah, yeah. Now, I do
Okay.
have resources to get your pet spayed and neutered for either low cost or free. So which I encourage everybody to do. If
Nice.
you do want to get them done and it's not done yet, then I can help with resources for that.
Okay. Okay. I like that because that's even a better option if you have a dog and um, you want to keep the dog, but you don't want it to keep repopulating and you're not able to feed the family of the dog and everything else. So yeah, that does make a difference. And kudos for you providing resources that connect you with other agencies or businesses to provide that service, because that is something that we lack a lot of is resources. Well, I don't know where to go, or does anyone know of any places? So that's really good. That's really good. And I like that you have that listed on your website. So what do you have that's coming up? I know you mentioned earlier about a fundraiser, but what's your next upcoming events or things that you want us to support?
Yeah. So we have, gosh, this Friday we will be
You
out
have so many.
getting food.
Oh, this Friday.
We'll be there from
Okay.
11:30 to 12:30. Um, yeah.
No. Okay, now 11:30 to 12:30. Now, what location? I didn't hear the location part. At your office for Friday at 11:30?
Yes. I didn't
And
hear your question. It
okay.
froze on me. But the answer is yes.
It's okay. Yes. Okay. So, do they have to register to come on Friday, or do they
No,
just show up?
you just show
Okay.
up.
Well, awesome. You just
If
show
you want to
up.
bring a dog, we'll love
Okay.
on
Well,
it, but otherwise, you just show up.
just show up. Okay. And this is probably also on your social media, right? Your upcoming events. I think she may have heard me. But before we wrap up our, she said no. Before Before we wrap up our conversation with Candace, we want to take a moment
I
to
didn't.
you didn't hear me. Okay. That's why I said she probably didn't hear me. Before we wrap up our conversation with Candace, we want to take a moment to inform you about our next coming upcoming event hosted by Share the T and S&T Enterprises. And so we'll be right back after this, after these words of encouragement.
On September 20th, our community is coming together for one powerful purpose: the United in Fight Cancer Expo. Cancer impacts us all, and you are not alone. 1 in 8 women will face breast cancer, and 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. This expo is about education, resources, and most importantly, hope. Join us for free health screenings, inspiring survivor stories, vendor resources, and opportunities to learn more about prevention and care. Together, we are one community, one cause, one fight. Don't miss the United in the Fight Cancer Expo on September 20th. Come stand with us in the fight against cancer.
All right. Thank you. Uh-oh. Candace, I done lost Candace again. She's gonna come back. Well, I want to say thank you, Candace, for joining on Share the Tea Talk. There she is. Oh, I thought I heard a beep. There she goes. Okay. I do want to say thank you definitely for coming on Share the Tea Tuesdays. Can you tell everyone where they can follow your organization and anything that you would like to share with the community?
So
Uh-oh. Is it freezing on you again,
we're
Candace?
podcast from Facebook. People can follow Facebook. We also are on Instagram and yeah, our website.
Yes. You're on Instagram and Facebook.
Correct. Yes.
And then the website is, wait, I gotta look at it myself. What is the website again? Food Pantry OKC.org.
Yep, that's right.
And on Tuesdays, because I don't know.
Correct.
Okay. And on Tuesdays, every Tuesday until whenever they feel like stopping, they're having a um $2 Tuesday. And so they want to make sure that you come and support. This is something that you can do from the couch that you're sitting on now or the car that you're rolling in and just to support. So $2 can go a long way. If you want to donate more, you can. And they would really love your support to keep their um, nonprofit organization going because we all love our pets, and so we want to make sure that this is continued to benefit the citizens of Oklahoma, regardless of where they are, whether they're a senior, a veteran, or a person that's disabled. So we want to make sure that we continue to support them and go out and follow them on social media. And Candace, thank you so much for coming on Share the Tea Tuesdays. I know it's a little spotty towards the end, but I do appreciate you coming on, and I want to continue to support your organization in any way that I possibly can. And so make sure that I connect with you, and we can send some information your way and share things and collaborate and do all those wonderful things as well. Okay, she shook her head, so I'm gonna take that as a yes. She said yes. Okay, I don't know why that's doing that. Now, no, whichever service that we have, AT&T, what is it? Dish Network and Cox and all of those service providers, we 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 I think We need our things to work while we're over here trying to have conversations. So, but that's okay. We'll catch it again on the replay. But Candace, thank you for coming out again. I appreciate it, and I'll definitely be in contact with you. And hopefully we'll make some we'll cross some pathways in the future. Uh-oh, she's okay, Candace. Well, thank you. Hold on, I'm gonna sending her a message. Thank you for coming. Like in my backstage, I can kind of do a little send a message type thing. So anyways, so thank you, Candace, for coming. I'm gonna play another video, guys, and remember to follow me on social media at Share the Tea with V. I'm on all platforms except for Snap of the Chat. And don't forget to come out to I had mentioned this last week, but this Saturday, for all of our African American men, ladies, bring them out. You know they haven't been to the doctor and they're not feeling well. So we are showing up in Norman at Legacy Park. It starts early in the morning at 7 o'clock. Don't worry, the sun will be out. It'll feel wonderful because it's going to be a high of 92 later on that day. And so just come out and support, do health screenings. We have a 5K walk or run. We have a kids zone, a senior pavilion, and then also seniors that's going to be out there. I mean, vendors that's going to be out there as well, and some giveaways. And so, of course, Share the Tea will be present and out there supporting. And so we appreciate if you come out and bring the community. Trust me, guys, you will be home before the first game come on TV. Okay, because I know it's football season and you don't want to miss the kickoff. So, but come on out, get your screenings, make sure everything is doing well. Your heart, your feet, your blood pressure, your eyes, everything is doing what it's supposed to do, and have a good time. All right. So until next time, if you guys, anyone wants to be on the podcast of Share the Tea, you can definitely send me an email or just follow me on social media. And we would love to have you be a special guest. Until then, remember we share the tea, we don't spill it. Bye, guys.
You can find Share the Tea Tuesdays podcast on all podcast stations and follow Share the Tea LLC on social media by typing the @ at Share the Tea with V. That's V as in victory. That's the @ followed by Share the Tea with V. That's V as in victory. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and tune in every week. Find Share the Tea Tuesdays on all social media platforms. Just use the @ at Share the Tea with V. Again, that's V as in victory. The website, sharethetllc.org. Now, pour up that cup of tea. Let's talk, baby.